your best, bud.
Hello and welcome to the Basketball Addicts Podcast, the one podcast in the world, 8 billion people on the planet. Only the one podcast where you're gonna have 3 guys who are gonna answer the one question that everybody wants to answer is how you gonna hate from outside the finals? We can't even get in. How can you hate from outside the finals when you can't even get in? And let's go. We are back. It's been a minute. I have had COVID. I'm here. I'm giving you as much energy as I can. I'm trying my hardest. Jason had some gunshots. And Darren's just been Darren. So I mean, hey,
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't know
stuck
how
in
much we love the
Canada,
game of
so
basketball.
yeah.
You don't know how much we love the game of basketball to still be after everything to be able to bring you this quality content day in and day out. Still
Yeah.
trying to figure out how we're going to plan this out. It's a Saturday. It's November 26th. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. You know what I mean? I hope you guys had a great time with your family and your loved ones. I wasn't able to. I was in isolation. So all I had the chance to do was got some food dropped off, ate a couple pieces of turkey and some macaroni and cheese and called it a day. So thankful for all you guys out there. Thank you for these great guys here on the podcast. Thank you. I'm here. We're all here. Let's get this show on the road. How you guys feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling
Solid. How
great.
about you?
Oh, I'm feeling
I'm out of
great
breath.
because well, we're doing good so far because the last time we tried this with Jason last week, it basically just went gunshots and then it just ended, but it ended up being fireworks, so we're good. So this has lasted longer than what I expected right now, so we're good. We're good. So where do we even want to start off because we want to catch up? I think Jason has some things that he would like to talk before I start talking about how my Boston Celtics are the number one team in the NBA. But before that,
really well.
Jason, yeah, amazing, amazing. But go ahead, Jason, talk about your Philadelphia 76ers and see how they're doing.
You know, as a Philadelphia 76er fake fan, I would like to say that we're fighting our best right now. We're doing our best. Our best is not enough. We're still gonna suck. I just have to accept the facts at this point in time. We just
on the
learned how to lose very consistently. The only thing that could save us now is Allen Iverson and Dr. J. And they're not coming back.
You're gonna have to sign them to a 10-day contract if you have any hope of making the NBA playoffs. I can tell you that right now.
That's a fact.
That's the same thing with Chris's Lakers. You might as well go call Jerry West from Memphis and get him to sign a 10-day contract to come back because Patrick Beverley's going to be body checking people left and right until they make the playoffs.
But he deserved it. I don't care. Pat.
I agree.
Pat was right.
I agree. I agree.
They were playing
100%.
dirty that entire game. They thought they were going to be. They were like playing dirty. Devin Booker had elbowed a guy, stood over Austin Reeves, and then DeAndre Ayton comes over. He's like, "What are you doing? Like, this is like my teammate. Like, that's his job. Like, you want him to be that type of kind of enforcer, kind of pit bull, kind of player on the court. So like, he did exactly what he was supposed to. Yes, he got suspended. There's a problem with that. I mean, I don't have no problem with the officiating at that point, but he did what he was supposed to do on that time. So I have no ill will for Pat Bev.
Just let it go. Just let it go. Do you know what? Just let it go. He just opened the floodgates. He's had COVID and he's just, he's just letting it go right now. As a passionate Laker fan. Hey, but the problem is that when LeBron got up, he re-injured himself and he had to sit the next game. So he couldn't play the next game. He got up, re-injured himself. Yeah. I'm joking. He didn't re-injure himself.
Davis injured himself last night.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I knew he fell, but I was just like, I thought he would just get back up and just play again, but I didn't think he was that bad.
He did play. He has a calf bruise, so he's sitting out. I think it's just kind of precautionary. Thomas Bryant is taking the starting lineup tonight.
Hey, at least he's back.
Yeah. Call Dennis Rodman, see if he wants to do 10-day for the Lakers again. Come back.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Jason. Let it go. It's time for you. I know you got some things that you got inside your chest right now that you want to let go. Just let it go, bud.
I got some things inside my chest too.
Okay. Well, the first thing for us to talk about is the top 10 power rankings. I'm going to list off the top 10 power rankings and see how you guys react to it. This is just my power rankings a month and a weekend, I guess. Now,
I got some power rankings.
Number one is
Mavericks,
the Milwaukee Bucks. Mavericks. Wow. Okay. Milwaukee Bucks number 1. Boston Celtics number 2. Golden State Warriors number 3. Memphis Grizzlies number 4. Atlanta Hawks number 5. Cleveland Cavaliers number 6. Denver Nuggets number 7. Clippers number 8. New York Nets number 9, and we got the Portland Trailblazers number 10. What do you guys think about that list?
Well, Chris, do you want to go first? Because you know what, I did a little research here when I was before I started this podcast. So if you want to go first, then I will, because I have a few things I'd like to say about this list. But I would just like to say first, the Clippers need Kawhi Leonard to start playing. If not,
Yeah.
they are done. Like they need to do something. They need to say, hey, listen, if you are not going to be like, they need to do something with him because he needs to play.
I agree.
So just a couple dirt sheet things. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Darren.
No, you go ahead, Chris. I'm just saying. I was just going to say that. No, go ahead. You go ahead, buddy. You got the energy. You go.
Yeah. Well, I still got some, right? So one thing I wanted to talk about is the Clippers. I think that's a good thing that you brought up. We look at Kawhi and AD very differently, and I don't quite understand why. Because they both spend a lot of time on the couch or on the bench in street clothes, not playing basketball. But yet we really dig our nails and our teeth into Anthony Davis and really call him all kinds of names, street clothes, and he doesn't play basketball and he's not the player we thought he was. And we're quick to just spit on his character, but we don't say too much about Kawhi.
Because he's never
Why
there.
Is that, you guys?
Because he's never there to talk about. He's never there. Like Kawhi Leonard, like I thought he was going to play. Think about how angry you'd be as a fan when you go buy a ticket and you're trying to go watch Kawhi and you get there and he's like, oh, I'm not playing tonight because of ankle soreness or something like that. Like it's been like either his knee or his ankle. Now Paul George is out. He's been out too with I think it might have been an ankle injury too. So they got two of their best players down, but they're still doing pretty good. But man, if they want any run at the playoffs, they need them. They definitely need them. Yeah. If not, they're sort of like the Lakers. Yeah. Lakers are not even in the top 10. Jason even put them in the top 10. I've never heard the Lakers. Like you see Boston, which I think should be the first, of course. Like come on,
of course, yeah.
They're on a hot streak. Well, I think they're on. They're like I believe we were talking about this before. They have a great starting five. They have 6 players that are in double digits right now. Jason Tatum is averaging 30.5 points, 30 points a game and 8 rebounds right now for Boston.
Great.
And Jaylen Brown is right behind him. I think he's averaging around 20-ish, around there. I didn't get hit, but they have 6 players that have it in double digits, and that's great. And they have an amazing bench, and they're doing this with a coach that like just a brand new coach because the other one decided to want to go mess around with. Do whatever he did with it's so crazy, dude. Like even just talking about it, like that's a professional basketball coach. Like he had I don't know. I just think the way Boston's playing right now, it's amazing. So
I can definitely see that point.
Yeah. So, but I also think Utah's should be in the top 10 because I know they're on a little streak right now. I also think, as I talked with Jason last episode, that they're going to have a better record than Atlanta.
Okay, I can see that.
And if you look at them now, Atlanta sucks. like Atlanta's not doing too well. Like they
just lose the last game, but I mean, I feel like they have a lot of talent and potential. I feel like once they get it together and like make it a cohesive unit, they'll be an unstoppable force. You know, as far as like that one of those young teams in the East, but I feel like right now it's just kind of just all over the place a little bit. So once they can get, and I know that Nate McMillan, I trust him as a coach to really put it together. And I feel like once they actually put it together, then it won't be any problem anymore. You won't be able to say the Atlanta Hawks suck. But I mean, hey, they did just lose, but
I don't think Utah's gonna make the playoffs.
I can see Utah making the playoffs. I can see them slipping in like a late seed.
I could see them pushing 9 or 8, but they're 4 or 6 of their last 10.
So Atlanta's 11-8 right now, which is decent, but man, I don't know.
12-9.
Yeah,
it's not that different. I you know, about the Boston Celtics, I agree with a lot of points that Darren made about the Boston Celtics because I really think that defensively they're freakish. Defensively, they're putting things together right now. They're really deep as a basketball team. I think the Bucks are one because they look like one of the top 5, top 3 best teams right now without Chris Middleton. So
Mhm.
you put Chris Middleton into that team. We're talking about a team that's going to be great, and I can't wait to see the Boston Celtics play the Milwaukee Bucks in the playoffs this year. Hopefully, we get to see them in the Eastern Conference Finals because I feel like they're
Oh
definitely
yeah,
breaking away from the East. There is a top 2 in the East, and it's going
yeah.
to take. I don't really think anybody's moving them unless one of their big players get hurt. Um, Out west, Golden State Warriors leave a lot to be wanting. We know what they can be, but they're really, going through a tough time right now. I'm a huge believer in Atlanta. I really like them as a team. I really think they play great basketball together, and DeJounte and Trey fit well together, and I think they're going to be a 4 seed. I really like Cleveland for similar reasons. I think
Wine and go, baby.
yeah, Denver is a really good team. Jokic is obviously great. He passes the ball so well. Nashawn Bones Highland,
Oh
averaging
my
15
god.
points a game.
Yes.
We had him really
Please.
high when people were picking him in the second round. We had him as like the 15th ranked prospect. Yeah, got that one
Yeah.
right.
I saw that one too. I was like, oh my god, yes.
Yep.
And Jamal Murray is once he starts getting back into game shape too, they're going to be a
Yeah.
problem in the. I think they're going to be a
Yeah.
problem in the playoffs because he's not in
Mhm.
game shape yet. He's still getting back
No.
into it. You can see him when he
Yeah.
plays. His shots it's still coming. Like everything's still coming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of these teams are still trying to figure out things, but the Bucks and Boston are NBA champion level teams right now.
What about Phoenix? What do you think about Phoenix?
I don't think they're gonna have it this year. I
No.
think they lost one wing and Jay Crowder, which made them a little bit worse, and Chris Paul looks like he's aged a little bit as well. So I just
Chris
don't think they're gonna.
Chris Paul's aged all right. He was done. He was done in Houston, dude. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna
true.
lie. I'm glad that he did what he did in Phoenix, but he had his chance in Houston. That Houston team
Mhm.
with James Harden
Was good.
and Hoodie Mello and all that kind of stuff was going on there.
Mhm.
They were great. I thought he had his chance there, but
Yeah.
I think they got to move on from Chris Paul. I think maybe quite soon.
Yeah.
He's still a great point
And
guard
I
at his
think,
age.
The Lakers would pick him up.
Man, you
And,
gotta let
Chris,
it. You gotta
I
let
know
it
you
go,
said you
Chris.
wanted
You
Dallas.
gotta let it go.
The
They're not-
Lakers are not gonna be
They're not
the
making
top
playoffs.
20 team in the league right now.
I'm probably gonna have a lot of
I know, but,
Lakers
like,
fans
the
angry.
Lakers, all the basketball players go to like die at the Lakers now, so it's like they're like the retirement home. So they'll pick up Chris Paul.
Listen, I hate to
They'll
break
pick
it
him
to you,
up.
Chris. The
What
only
a vet,
reason
man.
why people are watching the Lakers is to watch LeBron try and break that record. That's the only reason why the
He
Lakers
hasn't played
are
for
even.
5 games and they've been winning.
Yeah. Well.
AD's playing phenomenal. We can't deny it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you cannot
No,
say that
no,
AD
no.
has not been playing better.
There were no. He's been playing.
Who else did they have to score?
Yeah, yeah.
He's been
but
playing better. This is what we want. He missed one game. He missed one game until tonight, and he's averaging like 26.5 points. He's
Hey,
playing
Patrick
better.
Beverly averages 3 points a game. Austin
and one
Reeves
body
averages
check and one body check a game.
Look, the starting lineup averages like 12 points a game. Like, what do you think Anthony Davis?
He had
Everybody's
26
gonna
last
give the
night
ball
too
to
with
him.
LeBron. LeBron had 21. He had 26.
The guy's got a G League roster around him. Of course,
Yeah.
he's gonna have 26.
Yeah. He got
It's
injured.
fluff stats.
He couldn't
I
even
think
do
it's fluff
anything.
stats.
He couldn't push. He was so he's so fragile. You couldn't push DeAndre Ayton or whatever his name. What's the guy's name he pushed?
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, he couldn't push him. So Patrick Beverly had to come from behind because if AD did it, he would injure himself. That's how much of a band-aid. I love you. I love the guy's play, but he's still
He's playing great.
yeah until he plays
bad.
over 50 games.
Mhm.
I don't know. He's got to get over that mark.
Yeah.
Russ
to
been
get-
playing
to
great
show me.
too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Russ and AD have been playing great.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. We're not even like he's playing great. He's definitely coming off the bench is a smart move for him because it feels like
Sixth man of the
when
year.
you watch him, it feels like he doesn't have all that pressure. He just comes
Mhm.
on and he just does his thing. They basically said, you know what? Here, you're the second unit. Boom. When you come on, do your thing. Be Russ.
Yeah.
Be Russ. And that helps out.
He's playing great. Yeah,
Yeah.
Austin. He's like making everybody better. He's playing really great basketball right now.
But they're still not making the playoffs. They're not making the
No.
playoffs. There's
They're
no way. They're making the playoffs.
Darren,
you know
can I
what?
ask you a question about the Celtics?
Hey, we're on top of the world right now. You can ask me anything.
Can I ask you a question about the Celtics?
I feel like go ahead. I feel like you know what? They can't see me, but I feel like I'm on top of the Titanic right now, like just flying right now. That's
The
what way I
Titanic
feel.
sunk. The Titanic sunk.
And that's usually what happens to us during around playoff time. We sink. If you didn't see the finals last year, we sunk like the Titanic, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, or
Okay,
just hit me
listen,
with it. Just hit me with it. It bounces
before
off
I do
like
that,
rubber.
you said the finals last year. The reason why you guys lost the finals last year was because you refused to play a physical style of basketball. You let Golden State turn up the tempo and play their style of basketball. That's why you lost. That's why you lost. Because you got all those bodies, you should have been playing more physical.
The reason why we lost is because our coach was messing around with personnel and not focusing on the finals.
That didn't happen till this year. Definitely lost the finals last year.
I heard it start. I heard it started. The relationship started going into the finalish, like the finals last like couple games of the finals. They started messing around in the locker room. Oh yeah, that's what I've heard. So it started happening towards the end of the season. I watched. Hey, we get TMZ in Canada, buddy. I watch it sometimes. I don't know how this guy. I'm just gonna say off topic here. I don't know how he could cheat on Nia Long. Like I love that woman is like a god here in Canada. I don't know how he could break it. Like how he could do that to her. Like people love her here. She's amazing. When she was,
she is.
Yeah. I think that coach is a complete idiot. He should be just banned for doing that. Just on cheating on her from the NBA.
Just banned. Banned for having. Banned for being a man. Is that what we're doing? We're just banning people for being a man.
We lost somebody.
I'm sure he'll be back. So my question is, don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. So my question for you is, me personally, I know this may be an unpopular opinion, but this is my hot take for the evening. I think that Jaylen Brown is the better player. I'm sorry. This is my thoughts.
Then Jason Tatum?
We can argue it.
Hold on,
points.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. You know what? I don't say, you know what? Let's just stop. You know what? I understand you have COVID. It's affecting your thoughts right now. But that's blasphemy. That is blasphemy.
I like Jaylen Brown better.
Explain how that's even possible. Explain how this.
You even got Jason.
I understand where you're coming from, and you're going like points. I get it. I get that he averages more points, but I currently believe, just based off of what I've seen, you know, I think that Jason Tatum takes some dumb shots. He shoots people out of games sometimes. I've seen it happen a couple times. It's true.
Look at Jason.
I like Jaylen Brown better.
What you're doing to Jason.
I like Jaylen Brown. I think that, you know, this is like I said, it's unpopular opinion. I'll die on this hill. I think that Jaylen Brown is better. And the chips are on the line. I'm gonna give a Max Kellerman type take. When the chips are on the line, give me Iguodala. I'm kidding. Give me Jaylen Brown.
Jason, I don't even. You can just go ahead with this one. You can just look what you did to Jason. Like his eyeballs look like he's just going through another drive-by behind him. All right.
Wait, when the chips are on the line, I want Iguodala taking that shot. I want Iguodala taking that shot.
All right. Let me explain this.
Backs against the wall, chips on the line. I want Jaylen Brown taking that shot.
This is what I feel like doing to Chris right now. I just feel like doing like this.
I
just feel like talking to Chris like this the whole time. Just like... Hey man, that's great. Because that's a great. Right. That's great. Hey, that's a wonderful opinion of yours because we're going to be talking about right now because I'm dumbfounded. I can't.
I believe he's like Jason Tatum. I get it, but like.
Okay, so. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are similar players. Neither one of them are great passers. Okay, so Jaylen Brown's not better at that. Jason Tatum's a world-class small forward defender, probably top 3 small forward defender in the league, and he's a better defender than Jaylen Brown because of length. Okay.
Yeah. Fair.
Taller, 6'8". He's a better rebounder. Okay, he's better at that, and he's a better scorer. And you might think, oh, he shoots people out of games. No, he's just a great tough shot maker. He's a better tough shot maker than Jaylen Brown. 3 seconds left on the clock. You're not passing it to Jaylen Brown. You're passing it to Jason Tatum. No. You are giving Jason Tatum in the wing, and you're letting him work on the wing. It's not even close to being a discussion. He's a better attacker at the basket.
He's better at shooting threes. He's a better tough shot creator from everywhere. Jaylen Brown is a very, very, very good player, but Jason Tatum's a superstar. Completely different league.
When you see like the mic volume on here, you got Jason really going like his heartbeat. 'Cause you can see that mic thing going up into the yellow and red. He's got the mic right to his mouth, and he's definitely just dropping.
So I can hear everything, every part.
All right, so I will agree with Chris that Jaylen Brown is having a great season, but I do not agree with the Tatum thing because he is averaging 25. He's averaging 25, 6, and 3 assists a game. And Tatum's averaging 30 and 8 rebounds. I think it's 30 and 8. Yeah, 30 and 8 rebounds a game.
Yeah.
So they're like only like he's 4 points off, but I believe that Jason Tatum's more of a the fourth quarter type guy. Jaylen Brown doesn't seem to me like the guy that's going to carry the team down the stretch. He just seems like he's that. You remember like Jordan and Pippen, the 1-2?
Yeah.
Tatum's the 1. Brown's the 2. That's what it sort of seems like to me.
Yeah. And playoff moments. Like, Jason Tatum had a moment in the playoffs a few years ago when the Brooklyn Nets beat them in the first round, and he's dueling with Kevin Durant, dropping 50, going shot for shot with Kevin Durant. Like, Jaylen Brown could never do that. Like, Jason Tatum is just – he's in a different league. And, it's funny because a year ago, you guys were like, why does Jason have Jason Tatum in the top 75 players of all time? It's aging well. I would just like to say that. So yeah.
I just wanted to let you guys know this is all jokes. That's why I was laughing. I was like, look at the Matt kind of take. So I was like, chips on the line. I want Iguodala. What? You have Curry and Clay, but you want Iguodala to take that shot?
We all understand the COVID's hitting you. It's hitting you hard a bit on this right now. So we'll just let it go. People. Oh, I would just like to say that we have our first. I talked to Jason before this. We have our first 5-star rating on.
Really?
On Spotify.
That's
so
cool.
We're going up.
Yes, sir.
We're doing it. Mama, I made it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We can shift gears here to. I want to see what you guys think about a certain player. All right, the certain player that I want. Yes, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a higher points per game than Jason Tatum. He's doing it on the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's averaging 31 points per game. He's averaging 6.3 assists, 5 rebounds, and he's shooting, 35% from the 3-point line. And let's see this field goal percentage.
You better keep
51% from the field goal percentage.
You better keep playing.
How good do you guys?
Sorry, Jason. I'm just saying that he better keep playing like this because he's the only hope that Canada has to win an Olympic gold medal since 1946. I can tell you that right now. He's playing amazing. He's been playing amazing in the off season, and then he's been carrying over because I've been watching a lot of him play with the national team, and then he plays with the OKC. And OKC is going to be, I think, in the next 5 years, I think they're going to be a contender because they do have they're playing team basketball. They don't have that
true.
The super team stuff that they got. They got Giddey. I like him.
He's a good passer.
He's going to be good. So I think now he's definitely in the top 10 for MVP. The way he's playing, and probably top 5 with the way he's playing right now. Top 5, I believe.
Yeah.
As long as he's healthy, man, I think they'll make playoffs, but I don't know as far as they're going to go with winning a championship this year. So
yeah. What do you think, Chris? Is it fluff stats, or is it really he's really that good?
He's really that good. He's really that good. I'm just gonna say this real quick before I get into it. Can we say that the Clippers officially lost the trade? Can we say that? Can that be official?
Gazillion first-round picks and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for Paul George. Yeah, I think you can say that now.
Because if Shai was on the Clippers, they would be able to have. I think they would be better. I'm just putting it out
right
there.
Now.
Same conference. I think they'd be better.
I just think the Clippers should just like the Titanic we were talking about before. Just get rid. Just start over somehow. I don't know. Sorry, Chris. You got me thinking about. I'm gonna watch it. You know what? I'm actually gonna watch the Titanic tonight just because I just haven't seen it. I'm just gonna watch it.
Yep.
Chris, would you please save your energy? You have COVID. We don't have that much longer. We're 24 minutes in. All right. We need you for at least another 30. So just keep your energy down. All right.
Yep.
I'm
You
still
tell
listening.
him,
That song is fire, but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
All
You
right.
got
Okay,
anything else
but yeah,
more about SGA? Let's hear it.
yeah, I was looking at his stats, and I don't think that they're fluff. I don't think they are at all. I think that he's
Okay.
actually becoming the basketball player that that all those teams that the team like Clippers thought prior before they decided
Mhm.
to go off on him, and they was like, okay, maybe he's not the player we think he is. I think he's really starting to come into his own and really starting to
Mhm.
show. I feel that if you put him on any team, I believe that he will still be able to produce at that level. I
Mhm.
just think that this is the perfect situation for him because there's like Darren said, there's no definitive star. You know what I mean? He can really
Sure.
break out and really show and improve and like, hey, listen, I'm here. This is my team. You know what I mean? We have these pieces. We can put it together. We're greatly coached. You know what I mean? We're putting it together, and give us a couple years. We're gonna be that team to look out for. And I think that this is the perfect situation for him. I think that is not fluff. I think that
Mhm.
he is actually that good of a basketball player, and it's just about time that he showed us. He was showing flashes
Yes.
early on when in his first couple years with OKC,
Mhm.
and now he's actually like, I'm here now. You
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
recognize me.
And wait till
It's the
Chad
change of the
Holmgren
guard.
comes back. And wait till he comes back like next season. Chad Holmgren, the guy that got
more
the
spacey.
rookie that got
Gonzaga.
injured from trying to block LeBron James when he twisted his ankle in the summer league.
That
Which is
toothpick.
stupid. Yeah, they need. He's got a year, man, so he can go on a cycle of steroids and be fine the next season. So he'd be good. So
Yeah.
Not
but they get.
steroids.
Oh, he needs something. He needs something. Think about him guarding Joel Embiid. Looks at him, it's gonna think of him like as like a little snack. That's what he's gonna think about Joel Embiid guarding him in the or,
Gimmick.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what he needs to do. He needs to eat or do
Yeah.
something. I don't know. But when he
Yeah.
comes back, I think their offense will be better because he's a stretch
Mhm.
3, 4,
Yeah.
possibly 5 if he puts on weight, and you don't see
Yeah.
that much like that. So
No.
just think if Chad Holmgren comes back and the OKC get the number 1 pick in the draft,
That'd be crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
just
The
saying,
number
like
one
a
pick is
what?
probably going to New Orleans.
Probably the Lakers. They're just gonna give it to
But
him
no,
because
they're-
they're we want you to rebuild.
The Lakers can't get it. They have their number one pick went to New Orleans.
Yeah, but their record's gonna be so bad that the New Orleans gonna be like, we just feel bad for you. Here, just take it back. We're gonna
That'd be
give it to
great.
you. We're gonna give it to
Annoying.
you. So, but I think he. Oh, sorry, Jason. Just before you, I think
Mhm.
from a Canada aspect, when you were saying you want to talk about him,
Mhm.
the Canadian team this year when he played on the off season, you could see how he started going like this.
Mhm.
Anyone who drops 30 points in the NBA averaging is not fluff. There's no fluff
Yeah,
there.
that's true.
That's talent.
Yeah.
It's just on whether or not he can take that talent and help that team out. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I think he can.
Yeah, I really think that this guy has grown immensely basketball IQ wise, and I really feel like it's not fluff either. This guy is a great player. He's fringing on superstar level guy. He really the intelligence wise is he's picking his shots more. He's picking his moments more. He's picking and choosing. He's not always being forceful and taking bad shots like it was a few years ago where he had moments where he would be the main guy with the ball and he would make bad decisions. But now those things are fixed. And especially once another side of the basketball is defensively, he's a lot better. He's always been 6'6", he's always been lanky, but he's never been really committed to being a good defender, but he is one now. And I just feel like intelligence-wise and the way he views basketball is just he's doing a great job. And his stats would be more insane if they didn't have Josh Giddey because he's usually the one that's really passing a lot and they want Josh Giddey in passing action. So, I mean, Shea Gilgeous could have like 31-9 right now without Josh Giddey on the team. So, yeah, I definitely really like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's proving a lot. Yeah, I'm excited for him.
He's
Go ahead, Darren.
No, he's like I said. I was just agreeing with Jason. I think he's going to be
Yeah.
great going down the road in the next 5 years here. Definitely MVP if he keeps playing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
So
All right.
from one young player to the next, let's talk Bol. I feel like Bol doesn't get enough shine. I feel like he's a great. I feel like I'm a little bit upset that the Nuggets, I'm the resident Nugget fan on the podcast, that the Nuggets decided to move on from him because I mean they wasn't giving him playing time, but can we look at his stats right now? He's doing great. He's doing great with the Magic. I think that's a great situation for him, but I feel like we're kind of eating a little bit of sour grapes over there in Nuggets territory in Denver right now. just based off of Bol Bol. And what I really wanted to talk about was like if we have Bol Bol in the league, right? What is the biggest difference, in your opinion, between Victor Wembanyama and Bol Bol? I feel like they're not much. They're not too far off.
You got Jason doing it again. His eyes are going through. They're going up through his.
He did the face again.
Yeah, it reminds
me
of.
He did the face again. I feel like they're both just like they're both really tall guards.
Jason,
you know what I mean? Like handle the ball pretty well. I just feel like he has a little bit more in his bag, but I feel like there's not much difference. I mean, that's what I'm asking.
All right. Okay. No, Jason, you go ahead. Looks like you got a lot to say there with the way your eye contact is right now. It looks like you're about ready to just let it go, buddy.
I think Bol Bol needs some respect. I think he needs some respect. I feel like he's playing great. I feel like he needs some respect.
Hit him with 100 bars, Jason. Hit him with 100 bars.
Bol Bol is what Brandon Ingram is to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, Victor Wembanyama is to Bol Bol what Kevin Durant is to Brandon Ingram. There is a gigantic gap. There is Victor Wembanyama. Bol Bol's good, and I'm glad you appreciate him, right? But Bol Bol can't dribble past a guard. He can't. He just can't do it. A guard gets in his handle, and he can't do it. I've seen Victor Wembanyama dribble the ball like he's Devin Booker, not getting cookied and dribbling the ball from the 3-point line and finishing at the lane with a layup, and he's 2 inches taller than Bol Bol. He moves smoother than Bol Bol. He's already more built than Bol Bol. He's got a bunch of post moves. He's got a bunch of mid-range fadeaways. He's got tough 3-point shot creation for himself. Bol Bol can hit standstill shots. Victor Wembanyama shot creates for himself. Victor Wembanyama is a generational prospect, Chris. It's not even close. It's Victor Wembanyama is Kevin Durant, but 7'4". Like Victor Wembanyama is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like him. He makes Chet Holmgren, Bol Bol, Evan Mobley, all these guys that can handle the ball that are lanky and tall look like school projects. Like they look like so simple compared to like advanced physics. Like it's ridiculous. Like let me see, another good comparison would be
Chris, you just opened the floodgates, buddy. You just opened the floodgates.
It would be like comparing Michael Jordan to DeMar DeRozan. They're similar kind of guys, but MJ's ridiculous. Victor Wembanyama's got all the gifts.
Yeah.
I don't even.
No, I was just asking. I was just asking your opinion on it. Well, like I said, I appreciate Bol Bol. Go ahead. I'm sorry, dear.
No, I'm just saying that we all know who Jason's going for in the draft this year. Who's number one?
Oh,
he's pretty much
number one without a doubt.
Yeah, he's definitely. I've seen Bol Bol play, and everyone. I don't know if anyone who's listening to this plays NBA 2K, but he is a big hit in the NBA 2K because he's so tall, and he's got a good outside game. His inside game, it's good for being like, you guys got to realize too, like he is tall. Like when you're tall, I've seen like when I play basketball overseas and all this stuff, I've seen guys that are like, they're like 6'10", but they're 6'10" and clumsy, right? And it just comes with it. So for him to have that kind of athleticism, Bol Bol, that is hard for someone at that height to do. And even with the Victor guy that's supposed to be, he's coming into the NBA next year. He's got the same thing. Like when you're tall, like you just don't get that athleticism. Like you have to work for that. That's not given to you. So Bol Bol, I think right now is proving himself. So we can't say anything about Victor until he gets into the league. But I think Bol Bol is going to be. I don't know. I really don't know why the Nuggets traded him. I thought he would be a good backup for Jokic. Just think, Jokic, you could just go sit on the bench and just here. You just got to go take us over a 7+ monster. Have fun. Have fun while I'm resting.
Yeah, I definitely think Orlando did a good job by forcing him into the starting lineup, giving him a lot of minutes. And I feel like even though I just roasted him comparatively speaking to Victor Wembanyama, I mean, Victor Wembanyama is a generational prospect. I mean, it's hard to compare something like that. But Bol Bol's having a really good season. He really is. I mean, and he's shooting like 40% from the 3-point line or something ridiculous like that so far. He's definitely showing that he can be a power forward in the NBA and be really, really good.
Yeah,
it's just like, and think about like not even offense. Like if he can just go out there and give you like 5 to 10 minutes of like some decent defense with his size, that's all you really need. Look at Manute Bol. Like Manute Bol
Yeah.
didn't start playing well until towards the end of his career with his 3-point
Yeah.
shots. If anyone can go on YouTube and watch him shoot threes. I played at his college when I was playing in the States, and I played at his college because I walked in there and it had like the big thing where he went and played college before he went in the NBA. The guy was a monster, dude. Like I can only imagine. Like just think about tying your shoes. Like that's a workout. You're 7'7". You got to go down and bend down and go and tie up your shoes.
Yeah.
So
That's hilarious.
So, but
I
think
I have a good transition here. So, what 3 teams do you guys believe in most? Portland, Washington Wizards, Indiana Pacers, Utah Jazz, Sacramento Kings, Pelicans. Choose 3 teams that you really believe in. Darren or Chris, whoever wants to go first.
I will go first. I'll go. I'm gonna go Pacers. I'm gonna go Pelicans.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and
Trophies.
who would be the last one? You know what?
I was about to say Triple P's.
No. Who was the other one
That's
again?
Pusha
There,
P.
Chris? Sorry, what was the? Oh, Portland. I'm going with Portland because I want to see Damian Lillard. I want to see Damian Lillard do like well. Like I think he deserves a champion. I'll just start with Portland.
Yeah.
I think Portland. I want Damian Lillard to win a championship. He's the one that's been stuck with. He'll stay with. He's loyal. I like for him to win a championship with the Portland Trailblazers. Indiana. I think Indiana's got a core of great players that play together as a team. And I think if they keep doing that as a team, they're going to do well in the playoffs. But they're also playing in the West. I like the Pelicans because
Indiana's in the East.
Yeah, that too. And I think the Pelicans are only going to go as far as Zion Williamson is healthy. That's it.
True.
If they don't got Zion in that post, and if you guys have been watching him, he is a bully in that post. Like I saw him go on 3 people and just monster them, and he just goes like this. Goes like this all the time. So
weight room.
I think they're going to go as far as he's healthy. Brandon Ingram's playing good. Drew Holiday, I think that guy's been consistent all of his career. He reminds me of Kyle Lowry, but without a championship, though. I hope he gets one too. I'd like to see him get one.
Yeah.
So that's my top 3.
Okay.
What about you, Chris?
Drew Holiday. I thought he played for the Bucks, right?
I think he might have been switched up. CJ McCollum and Drew Holiday.
Sorry.
Okay, CJ McCollum.
My brain. My bad. CJ McCollum.
Drew Holiday, you did used to play for the Pelicans for like 5 years, so it's pretty understandable.
Sorry, but I do like Drew Holiday. So wherever he is, I hope
he's on Milwaukee.
He's on Milwaukee. He's
got one. Yeah.
Well, it just shows you, like, since I've gotten the league pass here and how much we don't get basketball here in Canada. We get the Raptors and that's it. So now, since I've been watching it, I'll start watching a little bit more, of them. So, who do you got, Chris?
I'm pushing P. I got Pacers, Portland, Pelicans.
Wow,
those are the 3 I like.
Okay.
Wow.
That's the 3 I like.
We think
I like Anthony Simons. Yeah. I like
He's
Anthony
good.
Simons.
Yeah.
He's coming into his own a lot, and it's like it's getting kind of scary for the rest of the league that he's scoring at such a high clip, and he's under like one of the great scorers, point guard scorers under Dame. So I mean, like this is a good position for him.
Yeah.
And I think that I like Portland.
That was great. Well, I would like to. I know Jason would like to talk about something, but I would just like to. I know I saw this in the thing. What do you guys think about the Giannis and the free throws?
In the ladder?
Since that was maybe after the Philly game there.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I think
Jason, you're just on fire today. I don't know what Jason just put gasoline on himself. He's just cooking today. He's just going off. All right, man. That sounds good.
I think that Giannis was definitely in the wrong. I can understand the arguments that have been made, because Montrezl Harrell did steal his ball and go on the opposite side of the court and shoot, but I think there comes a point in time when a worker's got to do his job. You know what I mean? Like the guy with the ladder is just doing his job, and pushing somebody else and like pushing their ladder across. Yeah, I saw. And just doing that to Giannis did to the worker is absolutely, I think it was really, really bad. And he really pushed that ladder. And he's just too big of a human being, too strong of a human being to be doing that to other human beings, because normal human beings that aren't 6'10", 11, ripped. So, yeah, I think those are really bad luck for Giannis. I was surprised because he seems like a good dude.
Yeah, I think he was frustrated after that game. You can see during that game that they were playing. I don't know if you saw the foul that Giannis got from Joel Embiid when he was trying to do that Euro step and he got nailed in the chest. Chris, you back with us? You good?
Yeah, we all good.
All right, Ben.
That's what happens when you talk saying that Jaylen Brown's better than Jason Tatum. You get cut off, buddy.
You got the bad juju.
Yeah. we just press the red button. Boop. That's it.
Right, press the red button on me.
You're done. But as I was saying, we were talking about the Giannis thing. I think if you watch that game and you see that foul that Joel Embiid gave to Giannis on trying to do that Euro step, he caught him like right in the chest. And I think I think Giannis after that game was extremely frustrated with the way he was shooting the free throws. And I think it just carried over to what you saw. And with the way social media is this day, they got cameras everywhere. And it just turned into like a big, I think it just was unnecessary. And what Giannis did was, it wasn't cool, but from a standpoint, just let him shoot his free throws, let him get out of here. What would you like? I've seen Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, all these guys after games stay in that arena and they shoot. But I think maybe Giannis should have came out afterwards. Maybe, I don't know. I think it should have been handled. I don't know. Me personally, I've never done that playing basketball where I'll go and shoot free throws because I actually hit them. So
you tell them, Derek.
Shade, shots fired.
Yeah. May not you see as I don't like to say it, but us white people, we can shoot free throws. We may not be good at dunking. We may not be good at dunking and all that other fancy stuff, but you get us at the free throw line, and we're going over 90%. We are 90%. All right, we are golden, and we have a history of this too. You check in the NBA, like Jerry West. We started with the under the thing, the what do you call it?
Rick Barry
shot.
Yeah, the Rick Barry shot. We revolutionized the free throw shot. You want to talk about like accuracy? We're it.
Mark Price, Steve Nash.
Oh, Mark Price, like Steve Nash. Who else is it? John Stockton.
Ooh,
he was a good one.
Bob Cousy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Bob Cousy.
The one-handed wonder.
Havlicek.
Havlicek.
Yeah,
Havlicek. That's one of the greatest scorers of all time, hands down.
Who else is there?
Bird.
Bringing up Celtics.
Well, yeah, of course, Bird. We don't even need to bring Bird. Bird was like if you put if you put like free throw, you should put Larry Bird like right beside him. Like, come on, like let's be serious here.
My favorite player, Pistol Pete.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So we keep it. How do we say we keep it real at the free throw line? So we're good.
Yeah.
What
do you think, Chris? What do you think about the whole incident?
I, of course, have a very different way of looking at this, right? So,
okay.
For one, I have two different perspectives, right? Because I've watched a lot of the film and watched a long video, watched a short video. So some of it doesn't really give it all, like, everything that actually happened. But just going off of just leaving the game alone, the game of basketball alone, because this is after basketball is played. You're in a visitor arena. This is not Milwaukee. This is Philadelphia. You know what I mean? So you're just shooting free throws. You know what I mean? So you have to respect the personnel there. You know what I mean? They have the right of way on the court right now because it's the home game. They're just trying to take it down so they can go home. You know, there's two different perspectives of this. But then the other side, when you watch the whole entire clip, do you see the Montrezl Harrell part? I think that was disrespectful because he was on the other end of the court. You know what I mean? Mind his own business. They were able to go on that side. You know what I mean? Take the rims down and stuff like that. Do whatever they were going to do. Change the shot clock. Whatever they do at the end of the game, I don't know. They were doing that on the other end of the court. Montrezl Harrell takes the basketball. The coach makes Giannis move. You know what I mean? They're very disrespectful at this point. I mean, like, I get it. All great players do this. You know what I mean? You said Mike. You mentioned Kobe. At the end of the game, they shoot free throws. You know, they working on their game, constantly improving. This is what we like to see. You know what I mean? Out of players. We always talk about the players that work. Giannis is a great worker. We see that he works. But there was just some disrespect going on between I think Giannis and Montrezl Harrell and some of the coaching staff. Because if you watch the long video, I'm not sure if you've seen the long video. Montrezl Harrell, Giannis is shooting free throws. He knocks one down. Montrezl Harrell takes the ball, tells him to get off the court. The coaching staff makes Giannis move. He goes down. He gets another ball. You know what I mean? After he acts nicely for the ball. He was like, "Can I have the ball back? I'm just trying to knock down some free throws. I'm going home in a second. Can I have the ball back?" Montrezl Harrell like, "No, get off the court." Boom. So then Giannis goes down to the other end where they have the ladder and stuff like that. He finally gets a basketball. He starts shooting free throws. They start putting trying to do the thing again, whatever the ladder. And he's like, "Yo, like I'm just trying to shoot the free throws. Like they're being disrespectful down there. Like I feel like you're being disrespectful to me down here. Like if you don't want me here, then just say that. You know what I mean? Like verbalize it. That's kind of how I feel." So like he's shooting the free throws, whatever. They put the ladder back. He moves it. They put the ladder back. I feel like it wasn't intentional. Like I'm here, you have to move out of my way type of thing. I think it was more like a shove that kind of just caused the ladder to fall, and then it kind of was blown out of proportion from there. So it's two different sides of this, but the long video really just shows like more of what happened. Go ahead.
I would just like to say that if someone did that to me when I'm shooting free throws, took my ball, I'm knocking them the F out. Like I'm literally, you can have another video of me coming up to you and sticking my elbow right to your face, and you're going to be on the ground while I'm picking up the basketball, and your little teammates can come around and try and stop me, but I'm going to be stomping them too. But I'm going to go back and shoot my free throws. If I'm going to go shoot free throws, you guys can wait. Let me shoot like my free throws, finish my thing, do it after, show me some common courtesy. But if another player from the other team after the game comes up and takes the ball and says, "Hey, listen, get out of here," I just walk up, I just boom, catch him with the elbow, take the ball while he's knocked out on the ground, trying to put his face back together, and then I'm finishing my free throws and going home. But that should be uncalled for. I don't think I think it's crazy. He would be knocked out. He would be eating something. He wouldn't be getting away with that. That's crazy. Because and then he went and took the ball and went down to the other side and started shooting jump shots. The guy didn't even play much in the game. Like it was just like, why are you going and shooting jump shots? If you want to fight Giannis,
he was just being disrespectful to be disrespectful at that point.
Yeah. So all right. Do we have anything else we want to get rid of before we end this? Because I'm feeling. Is there anything else? Nothing.
No, we were gonna transition here. So
oh boy.
So the former NBA champions are now 10-10. The Golden State Warriors. They're obviously not putting up the record that's indicative to the roster talent that they have. So how would you guys fix the Warriors? One of you guys can go first.
Can I go first?
You got COVID. All you go first, buddy. You need the energy.
So me right now, I would. Okay, look. So I know these don't exist, but I think that the main reason why they're losing, and I'm going to say this again from the mountaintops, and I'm going to die on this hill here, is that if I could just build a time machine and go back to that practice, like, Draymond, don't put him to sleep. Please don't punch him. They would have more games. I would be like, please, you're going to mess up the chemistry. You don't know what you're doing. Do not melt him against the wall. Please don't hit his face with your fist.
Yeah. Don't hit the
That's
guy.
What I would do.
Don't hit the guy that's going to be probably making more money than you and staying with the team longer. But that's okay. You don't need to put him in the Ghost Club. That's what happened. Draymond Green put Jordan Poole in the Ghost Club, and ever since then, the Warriors have been going downhill. Like just the team chemistry. Like you see Draymond and Jordan Poole trying to talk. It's just like Draymond talking. It's like Like you can still see that tension. They need to get rid of Draymond Green. I know the guy is like he's a symbol of them winning a championship, but you just don't go and try and put your teammates into a grave before the season starts, because that wasn't like one of those punches where they just come up. It was like a Roman Reigns Superman punch that he hit him with. And if he didn't he hit him, he was like, he held him afterwards like, "Oh, I don't want you. I know you're getting that extension. I don't want anything to happen to you." It was like one of that punches. And after that, the team's just gone. The chemistry's just gone to. Like if it wasn't for Steph Curry dropping 50 or Klay dropping 44, like this team would be way worse than what they're doing right now. Thank God they got Steph Curry and Wiggins too. Wiggins, I believe, should be an all-star again. Like he's playing very well right now. Yes. But Draymond's got to go. I feel better.
I feel like the anger just got the best of him though. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like he punched him and he was like, "Damn, I messed up."
That wasn't a punch. That was a WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Superman punch that knocks him out.
Yeah.
That was, if you watch that, it was, Oh, dude, he held him. I've never seen anyone that's even like you don't even see that in MMA where you get knocked out where they hold him like a baby after. Like he literally caressed him. He was just like, "Listen, I don't want you to fall because I'm definitely going to be done. Like this is how do you even have like a locker room talk after that? Hey, great practice, guys. Way to knock out Jordan Poole and send him to the hospital. That's a concussion right there. You can't tell me that guy was not concussed. Like that guy was. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jason, how would you fix it? Would you keep Draymond Green or would you send him to Detroit? That's where I would send him.
I'm keeping Draymond Green on the team because I need him for my defense and passing the way they run their offense. But I'm going to change a few things, and this is the first time that I've ever disagreed with Steve Kerr. You guys know that I'm a Steve Kerr fanboy. I think he's the greatest coach in the league. I've loved everything he's done for a very long time, but I think he's doing a few things wrong here. And I feel like the most indicative stat of this is when they played winning basketball last year. The Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry was averaging 25 points per game. And this season, he's averaging 31.7. Now, they won the NBA championship last year. So that 25 points per game is indicative of the fact that he's having to score more. Okay, so the issue is that, one, Klay Thompson and Draymond Green lost a step defensively. So they are not going to be the top 3, top 5 best defense in the league that used to lead to their winning formula. Their winning formula for a long time has been we're top 3 defense in the league, and we got Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, and we're going to run these threes up on you, and we play great team basketball, and everybody else is going to fit in. We're going to have a bunch of vets fit in. Okay, the formula of that is not working anymore. The record book and the win-loss record should be proving that. And one of the issue is Klay Thompson is more like what Ray Allen was in Boston. Ray Allen in Milwaukee could really shot create more. Ray Allen in Milwaukee had more in his game. In Boston, he's just a catch and shoot guy. Klay Thompson used to be able to go 1-2 dribble, pull a really tough, crazy contested shot, and it would go in. Right now, everything that he does is off the catch. He's great off the catch. I'm not worried about the shooting slump. I'm talking about Klay Thompson. The shot creator has gone downhill. Klay Thompson, the ability to create for himself went downhill. And Steve Kerr's not experimenting with Jordan Poole at the 2. Jordan Poole's a nuclear weapon waiting to go off. He's huge. He's dynamite. If you need a 2-guard on that team that can drop 40, you're not putting in Klay. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, version of Klay Thompson, you would do that. But Klay Thompson is just not that hot, ridiculous, great player as he used to be offensively. So they're taking a little bit of a dip. And I think in the bench and the rotation, they're also not playing the right guys. I think they're not playing Jonathan Kuminga more than 8 minutes a game. They're not viewing him as a backup 3 when he's the 3rd best defender on the team and he can get to the bucket whenever he wants to. They just sent James Wiseman to the G League because he was getting fouls and he hasn't played in a while. So they needed minutes and they need developing. What I'm saying is Klay Thompson might not be a guy that should come off the bench, but I'm saying Steve Kerr's not experimenting with it. This team has the potential to be an NBA champion, but Steve Kerr's not experimenting with different lineups, not experimenting with different ways to do the rotations to figure out what the best winning team version of them is in this season. Because last season and this season is 2 different teams, and the record book is showing you that. There's something wrong here. And the issue is that they're not experimenting enough and they're sticking to the status quo. And if you just keep on sticking to the status quo, they will not reach potential.
As you're talking, I just want to know, like, you're saying that you want Klay Thompson on the bench and put Jordan Poole and
yes,
have Klay Thompson? Did you not see Klay Thompson drop 44 points last week? The guy is coming back off like an ace. Yeah, but he's dropping. Like, what's Jordan Poole done this season? He's still recovering.
Yeah, Jordan Poole's off the bench, though.
He's still recovering from his concussion. He's not fully there yet.
Concussion? Oh.
He's not there yet, man. Give him until at least All-Star break. And then start saying, like, Klay Thompson just came off ACL injury, man. Like, everyone's just, like, saying, how can people talk, like, about him like that? He just came, like, back from an injury and won a championship last year. And people are still saying that he lost a step. He just won an NBA championship last year. I don't think we're quite there yet with Klay Thompson coming off the bench, like Russell
I'm not
Westbrook with the
saying
Lakers.
I'm not saying it might be the perfect answer. I'm saying you got to experiment it with it to try to figure out if this is the right answer. Because at the last 5 minutes of the game, it's Steph Curry. Once you double Steph Curry, there's nobody else that can shot create other than Andrew Wiggins because Klay is not the same guy. Jordan Poole and Steph Curry are a great combination of shot creation because Jordan Poole can do the off-ball stuff that Klay does. Does he do it as well as Klay does? No. Klay is one of the greatest off-ball moves of all time. But Jordan Poole can do those things. When the ball's in his hands and he's running the pick and roll and he's breaking down the defenses, he can finish and he can do all those type of things. And, age and degradation of a player happens to all players. Klay Thompson, we just have to look at what's happening on the court, and
I am seriously starting to ponder on what I don't swear much, but I just want to know what the fuck is going on with the water over there. You got Chris saying that Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum. Now you're saying Klay Thompson wants to come off the bench.
He's only playing 28 minutes a night.
Give me your addresses after. I'm sending you Canadian water, bottled. Enough of this tap shit, all right? Because I agree with you with Klay. I got a bunch. They're bottled. I'll just send like a big thing. But I do believe with what you're saying with Klay Thompson, he is the age thing. But I say like the guy, I think he gets a free pass, man. If you watch him what he did in the playoffs before, like when he got injured. He tore his ACL, came back on, and did free throws on the ACL. He wanted to play. They said, no, man. Came back from an ACL injury, won a championship with them. Maybe not had the greatest numbers, but I don't think Jordan Poole's there yet. He's not healthy. He's not a full 100% because they're still trying to find whatever brains got knocked out of him from that practice. So I think Jordan Poole he's almost there. But I think I would assess to see what would happen after this season. I give Klay Thompson one more season, but I do agree with you. If they don't, you know how hard it would be for them just to say, you know what, Klay, sit on the bench. Here, Jordan Poole, you go ahead. I agree.
He's a champion, though.
I agree but some players just don't. I think you're going to see like a Carmelo Anthony type thing, being like, this guy, hey, do you know this guy wants me to sit on the bench? I think Klay will take it as sort of a personal thing. I don't think you'll see him there much longer. I think you'll see Klay Thompson get traded if you see him on the bench. I don't see him as a bench player for the Golden State Warriors. But I do agree with you.
Experiment.
I do agree that they should experiment though, but not just yet. Like give them. I always wait till All-Star break. I don't know why, but I think. Unlike I don't want to see Golden State turn into the Lakers. I don't want to see them not make the playoffs.
Oh, they'll make the playoffs.
I know Golden State will make the playoffs, but I don't want them to turn into the Lakers where they win a championship and then they just go poof. That's it. Done. Chris is sitting there just licking his chops. What do you think, Chris?
The Lakers are gonna win something this year. The Lakers are gonna win something this year. But the Golden State Warriors, like I said, I just wish that I could just build a time machine, go back in time, and tell Draymond not to punch Jordan Poole because that's what messed up all the chemistry. I feel like another bad move, and I agree with you, Jason. I agree with Darren as well. Another bad move would be taking Klay off the floor. I feel like that would their already non-existent chemistry would be even worse if they were to take one of their veteran players off of the floor.
Yeah.
One of the guys who were there from the beginning, who led them to their very first championship, along with Steph Curry and Draymond, if he takes them off the floor and like, okay, listen, I think that Jordan Poole's up next right now, that would destroy their already non-existent chemistry this year. You need chemistry to win basketball games. You need chemistry to win championships. Championships are a team accolade. I think that that's not the right time. I feel like give him some time. Because, like he said, Darren said he's coming back from ACL injury. Give him a little bit of time. Maybe after the break, Everybody likes to, judge teams after the break. They say the real basketball is not played before the All-Star break. After All-Star break, see if there's any changes. If Klay still does not look like the player that he should be, I'm okay with benching him at that point. But right now, I feel like you will need to keep as many veteran pieces on the floor right now to build that chemistry back up because you do not have any chemistry right now.
And it's crazy how we're talking about a team like this. with an NBA that just won an NBA championship that they're in this time of trouble right now. Like I've never talked about an NBA team like or seen an NBA team that would win a championship and then come into a season with drama with Jordan Poole getting the ghost knocked out of them. And then going into the season, you can just see like Jason and Chris are talking about the chemistry and Klay Thompson and stuff. We should be talking about them possibly repeating. We're just talking about them possibly making the playoffs if they're lucky, right? So, it's crazy. That's what's the good
they're
thing
by
about
far. Go ahead.
Oh, that's the crazy thing about the NBA is that anything can happen, right? Like
any given night.
Yeah, man.
They're the most talented team in the West, but the defense has gone downhill. Sadly, Draymond Green's just not the same guy. Klay's not the same guy. They're good defenders, but they used to be like the best defenders at their position by far for a while there.
Why not just break them all up? Why not just say, you know what? Let's just start fresh. We'll get rid of the big three.
I feel like that's a waste of Steph. Steph's greatness there. Like I would want to play it out. That's why I would want to try to experiment as much as possible because Steph is still can be the best player on the championship team. Like you don't know how long that's gonna last. He's 34. It's gonna happen. So age hits all basketball players.
Do you think Steph would stay in Golden State if Klay left and Draymond? I don't know how he feels about Draymond with the Jordan Poole thing right now. But I know him and Klay are extremely close because I know they were the ones that were getting Durant to Golden State and they were doing with Draymond and stuff. So I wonder how Steph would feel playing with other players besides Klay. I don't know. Would he just stay in Golden State too? I would like to see Steph, if he's going to go anywhere other than Golden State, I would like to see him go to the Lakers. Just to help Chris out. I think
the Lakers,
Just to help Chris out.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a Nuggets fan, but they're not looking great. So
what about Klay? What about Klay Thompson for Anthony Davis? Would that work? You think? If Anthony Davis wasn't playing like he is right now, if he was playing before the way the Warriors are playing right now, would you trade for him? Would you make that trade? Before Anthony Davis went to the Warriors, I tell him to get a haircut.
Anthony Davis.
That's what I would do.
I wouldn't want to switch Anthony Davis for Klay. I would like to add Klay without having to get rid of Anthony Davis. I think that would be a nice little trio.
I think it's the haircut, man. The whole tarantula thing with AD is not working anymore. I think that's like
the dreads. I think the dreads are nice.
Yeah.
I'm dreaded. I got the dreads.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and transition here. So. Luka Doncic is leading the league in post-ups. What do you guys think about Luka leading the league in post-ups? And does this mean the post-up is coming back?
I hope so.
For the point guard position? I think that
anywhere.
I would say so.
I hope the post-up comes back.
Russ used the post a lot.
I love the post. I think the post should become. I think the inside-outside game has been missed in the NBA. You're just seeing guys coming down and just doing like a off the screen and shooting threes or the ball movement out. There's a lot of 4-and-1 going on in the NBA where there's 4 out, 1 in, and then they're just passing it, screen and picks and shooting. It's a lot of threes. But I would like to see Luka should be doing it for point guards. Luka should be doing it. He's amazing because he is so smooth in that post. Yes. Ben Simmons. As much as I am not a fan of Ben Simmons, the way he's been playing, like the way he's been playing now, he's been all right. He's playing better, but he's a monster in the post for a point guard. There's no point guards that are 6'10", and he can play defense. I would put him in the post. I would actually put him at center. I would try and put him at center, and I would do a 4-and-1 with him in Brooklyn. But I do believe with what Jason's saying with the post up, I think it's slowly coming back. And I hope it does come back because I think the post is very underrated in the NBA. If you watch back in the old days, like the 90s and the 80s, it's always going down the court. You pass it to the left or right wing. They kick it in, and then you'll see like the double team come down. They kick it out. Boom, open three. That's what I would like to see more in the NBA. Just think about that. You give it to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, rather than me going, me get ball, me shoot three, me go stay in the post. He gets double team, kick it out. James Harden. You know how many threes James Harden would have a game without even dribbling? It'd be ridiculous. So basically, with my rant here, I want the post game to come back. I would go for it.
What you, Chris?
I feel like the post coming back is good. I feel like it's just like Luka just using that large frame that he has, you know what I mean, to be more smooth and everything. Some people still use the post. LeBron utilizes it a lot. Russ used to do it a lot. You know, some of the big guys. But the big reason why there's not as much post, I believe, is because of
the 3-ball.
Yeah, because of Steph Curry. Steph Curry. If the guy is coming on court, it launch it from the volleyball line. 3 beats too.
Or Damian Lillard shooting from like the logo. I don't know if you guys go and play any basketball now, but when I go and do basketball and stuff, I love it because I just see people just like they don't even come down and set up. They just come down, do a little dribbling, they shoot threes. I'm just sitting here like this, rebounds. It's just like Christmas. Because if you watch the NBA too, they don't shoot a high percentage of threes. Like if you see these guys will shoot like in the half, it'll be like 4 for 21. And you hear the announcers being like, oh, that's a great percentage for shooting threes. It's like, it's brutal, dude. These teams should be at least over 40% minimum with all the practice they're doing. If they can't shoot over 40, they shouldn't be shooting threes, I think.
Yeah.
Think about it, 40% team shooting.
People shoot like low 30, like mid 30s. I think like 35% is like kind of where it averages off at. And then there's like some crazy outliers where somebody shoots like 55% or like 42% or like 60%. Yeah. But it's like, those are crazy outliers. But majority of the time, everybody just kind of kills off around like 35%.
But if you see like the field goal percentages, like if you see, you'll see them like in the 50, 60, 70s. There's some people are shooting like the field goal percentages. I'd like to see that more in the 3 points because I think it would be better. I think it would be more interesting to see someone shoot a high percentage from the outside and a high percentage from the inside. You don't see a lot of the, like I said, the inside, outside, inside game anymore. It's just shoot 3, pick and roll. So I'm glad Luka's doing this. He's going to win the MVP anyway. So the way he's playing right now, he doesn't have a great team around him. He has like pieces, but he doesn't have that team that's going to, he's not going to be winning no NBA championship this year unless they make a trade for, I thought Porzingis was going to work, but he got shipped off to Washington. So they need another, two, or like another, like a Pippen Jordan type thing there for him.
Yeah, I think that Luka Doncic leading the league in post-ups is a great reference to how great of a coach Jason Kidd is, because teams have been fearing Luka Doncic pick and roll for a very, very long time. And Jason Kidd might go against the grain and be like, okay, post-ups aren't as in style as they used to be, but I have this guy that can tear people up in the post passing and scoring and has no flaws. You double him, thank you. I appreciate it. It's 3 points. So he's giving the defense a secondary thing to worry about. He's giving them attacking them in multiple different ways. It's an absolute beautiful way of elite coaching. This is what elite coaching looked like. He's probably not going to win coach of the year, but it's maximizing your talent. Like, for example, Toronto's coach. Toronto runs a system where they have a bunch of wings that aren't great scorers, but they have a bunch of wings out there that play great defense, they play great team basketball, and they're tough. Like, Toronto's coach is never going to win coach of the year, but he maximizes the talent that's there. Like, this is what it looks like. And Jason Kidd is phenomenal. And Luka Doncic, man, he's got so many moves. He's got counters to his moves, and he's got these fadeaways, and he's got it all. And it's just Luka's ridiculous. Luka is just so skilled everywhere.
Luka's got his the European. You guys, like I said in the last episode, you're seeing a lot more European style of basketball coming into the NBA. Like with Giannis, the Euro step. You're seeing Luka, even though it's not like the fastest step back. But it's sort of like a bit like you don't know if he's stepping back. You don't know if he's going to step back and hit the three or he's going to step back and go by you. It's type of that. So I think man. I hope Luka stays healthy and plays like the way he is.
Yeah.
So what do you think there, Chris?
He's having a historic year.
Luca for MVP. I like Luca.
Yes.
I like the post ups. You know, like I said, like I was trying to get, what I was gonna get to was just like the Golden State Warriors style of basketball just calls for a lot of 3 point shots to be
Mhm.
shot. You know what I mean? They shoot a lot of threes that really change
Yeah.
and revolutionize the way the game of basketball is being played right now. But you do have those bigger guards like the Ben Simmons and the Luka Doncic who like can post up. Like I said, Russ used to post up a lot. There are a couple guys who post up, but it's like the reason why I think that people need to post up more and that we need to bring that back into the NBA is because it's a higher percentage shot. What that is,
Mhm.
for those who may not understand what high percentage is, means that there's a higher percentage of making this shot. Then threes are not high percentage shots unless you're Steph Curry. So if you're not a Steph Curry or a Dame or somebody who's shooting like upper 40s, high maybe low 50s in from 3 point range, then you need to post up or you need to shoot more twos. The closer to the basket you are, the more likely you are to score points.
Mhm.
Plus
Simple.
these
Those are higher percentage shots.
plus these players have the green light. Like you can like Damian Lillard, Steph Curry. If some of these players for like these teams were shooting these shots, they'd be sitting on the bench. Like these guys have like the unlimited green light. Like they could shoot from like an underhook half court shot and they could miss it and they wouldn't be sitting on the bench. It was just like they have the green light to shoot. And I think that with some of these shooters, like with Luka, Steph Curry, they got more confidence that, hey, listen, I can just take these shots. I'm not worried about missing them. They'll hit, they'll drop. And then that's how they play better rather than players coming on and be like, oh, I should do this. You see, I've been watching a lot of NBA lately. You can see when these guys come on, they're really tense and they really feel like they need to go out and go do this and that. Just play the game basketball, man. It'll just all come to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have anything else before we transition?
No, I don't.
All right.
I don't have anything else other than, yeah, that's about it. I'm pretty
Lakers
much
to the playoffs.
Who?
Lakers to the playoffs.
Hey, to the moon.
To the moon.
No. Utah Jazz have a better. The Utah Jazz have a better chance of making the playoffs than.
And I would agree.
The Lakers.
And
who would ever say that, huh?
Oh,
damn it!
goodness.
I'm blaming Gobbert. It's Gobbert's fault. Even though he doesn't play for them anymore, that's why they're winning because Gobbert's gone.
I think Gobbert's created the COVID. That's what happened.
He did fuck with Chris.
That's why Chris. That's when we bring up Utah. There's just quiet on the other side there with Chris. It's just like let's just talk another subject.
Oh my goodness.
Gobbert.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and transition here. So there was a really, really great feel-good story, a basketball feel-good story that was about last week or 2 weeks ago. So basically, 2 years ago, there was a top 5 prospect coming out of high school, and he goes to Memphis. His name's Amani Bates. Amani Bates had 7.9 points per game, and going into the draft season this year, if you looked at mock drafts, he was 44th, 45th pick in the second round. And this year, the first game he plays when he gets transferred to Eastern Michigan and everybody's writing him off, he drops 30 on Michigan opening night of college basketball. What a beautiful way to prove people wrong. I feel like this is a great thing about basketball is watching these guys get doubted and then proving everybody wrong. I feel like we all love that about basketball. So I want to see what you guys think is your greatest feel-good story of basketball or what you think is the best one you've seen.
Wow.
No, that's a good
question.
That's a great question.
That's a good question. I'm not prepared for this one. You said the greatest feel-good story.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll go because I was talking about
Go ahead.
I was talking about on my Twitter the other day. Paul George. I don't know if you guys remember him coming off that gruesome, horrible injury, and I think it was in the Olympics. He caught that injury, and it was gruesome. I love Paul George. I still love him as a Clipper. But when he had that injury in Indiana, he was amazing, even in the Olympics. And when he did that and came back to the Clippers and played, I thought that was, to this day, I think that's probably one of the greatest comebacks of all time. If you guys watch that injury, it looked like it just twists. Remember Anderson Silva when he kicked? I don't know if you guys watch UFC, but when he kicked a shin kick and his leg just went like rubber. It just went So that's what I think of. That's a feel good story. I think for myself is that seeing Paul George coming back in the league. I like him.
That's true.
I'd like to see. He's one of the also players I like for him to win an NBA championship. He deserves it.
Yeah, so, he's a good player.
There, Chris. I gave you some time to think about something. You could have Googled it or something.
No, because I was, I mean, like, I guess it just depends on how you may look at it. But I think that LeBron bringing a championship to Cleveland was
Dang it! You took mine. Oh no.
Our first championship, you know what I mean? And he, they ran it back the same team, you know what I mean? 2015 didn't go so well because we lost Kevin Love and Kyrie, you know what I mean? Then they come up the next year, come back down 3-1. Curry said himself on a podcast, he said he's never seen two guys click like that and score at such a high level and really just dominate a game and take over a game like Kyrie and LeBron did in the 2016 finals. So I think that's a feel-good story. I feel like it's a feel-good story for all Clevelanders. That was our first championship. We probably will never see a championship in football. I'm sorry, it's a fact.
I don't even watch NFL, but I know in Canada your Browns suck. So I'm just gonna say, and this is coming from Canada. I'm just saying right now, Cleveland Browns, we don't follow it much, but we don't. There's no memorabilia or anything here to sell, to buy or stuff. We just don't take that kind of stuff.
Sorry, the closest Chris. We'll get to another title in Ohio, in Cleveland, will be the Guardians. They've been playing great baseball. I don't watch much baseball, but I know they win some games. They end up in the playoffs pretty often, so they'll get close. I think that'll be the next time we win a title in the city, unless Cleveland just somehow, some way, just like bullies their way through the Eastern Conference and then goes to the West. But that was a good moment for all of Cleveland. Cleveland, this is for you, and I really felt that in my heart.
I will say something about that series with Chris. That was probably one of the best NBA finals I've ever seen. That Golden State Cleveland. I think, and I will never forget the block that LeBron did on Iguodala on that fast break where he just punched that. Oh man, I think everyone thought they were down. They came back. That was probably one of the greatest comebacks in sports history. But then the following year they got crushed. But other than that,
that's when they got Kevin Durant.
yeah, they were. But even for Cleveland to come back to the finals with the team they had against that Golden State team, yeah, man. I don't know. I do believe, and this is from Canada, Cleveland will never win another NBA championship. I can tell you that again.
They got a good team right now.
They got a good team.
Oh, come on.
I could see it.
And baseball, maybe. Baseball, maybe. They'll bring something, another one to Cleveland.
You guys are like
basketball as well.
You guys are like the Raptors. You're only going to see that thing one or twice. Or we might even see another. I don't think we're going to see another championship.
I believe that.
I don't even
LeBronto.
think. I don't even think America even thinks that Raptors won a championship. I don't think.
Yeah.
No, you guys stole it.
Yeah. See, there we go. We didn't steal nothing. It wasn't our fault that Kevin Durant had that twisted his ankle and we all booed him while he was sitting there holding his knee or his leg. It's not our fault that Klay Thompson.
Clay got injured that game too.
Yeah, it's not our fault that he slipped and fell and whatever did his thing. It's not our fault.
Yeah.
What happened with Steph Curry? Steph Curry could have came and dropped 50 a game. I didn't see anything like that.
He was hurt too.
We won that. We won that fair and square. You Americans, show us some respect.
Sure, Darren. Sure. That's what helps you sleep at night.
I don't want to. I'm tired of seeing an asterisk beside the Raptors' name in the NBA championship. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what helps you sleep at night.
That's how all Canadians sleep at night, buddy.
It's not our fault that Kevin Durant hurt himself.
If Kawhi
hurt himself.
If Kawhi Leonard didn't bounce that ball in the last Philadelphia shots, that last second shot 10 times, we would have been just fine. All right. Hey, I don't know if you guys remember, we sent Joel Embiid home crying. All right, I don't know if you remember that.
True.
Yeah.
He cries a lot.
Whatever Americans out there listening to this, we sent the so-called MVP of your league sent home crying. We even made a gift on Twitter about it. I do it every time when I wake up in the morning. I put that on.
I mean, every team sends Embiid home crying. That's nothing new.
Yeah. True. I had to think about mine. I I came to one story that I think is a feel good story is Isaiah Thomas, not the Detroit Pistons Isaiah Thomas, the Boston Celtics Isaiah Thomas. In the
Yeah.
playoffs one year, his sister died. And then in the playoffs, and then that he played that game, and I think he dropped 50 or like a 40 piece. It was something ridiculous.
It was like 44, 45. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a really great feel good story. I feel like everybody was like really feeling bad for him at that point in time, and he
was crying
went
on
out.
the court. Yeah.
Yeah, and he went out and put on a great performance. There was a point in time where that guy was a top 10 player in the NBA.
Well, that was a feel good moment until after the season when he decided that he wanted more money, and then he left and thought he could get more money, and now he's trying to get back into the league again. So, he was like a
money thing.
I remember he was asking for a certain amount or something like that, and I think it was I think they definitely stiffed him on what he wanted. And I think he went somewhere else for. I think he went to Cleveland, or they traded him.
They traded him for.
He went to Cleveland.
Yeah, he went to Cleveland, and but he was. I agree with Jason. He was amazing during that stretch in the playoffs. He was amazing, and for his size, I don't think people realize. Like you see, like the Spud Webbs, the Isaiah Thomas, like the Detroit Pistons, of the Boston Celtics. Like the small players, man, do not get enough credit in the league playing against these monsters these days. Just think Spud Webb playing against like Bol. Like, come on, man.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I think he finished like top 3 or top 4 in the MVP voting that year.
It was something
too.
Crazy, yeah.
Something crazy like that. But
they're the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah. I don't really exactly remember like if it was a money thing or not, but I do just remember feeling bad for him because after he pours his heart out on the floor for this organization, for the Boston Celtics organization, they really like move on from him. They refuse like if you have a player that's top 4, top 3 in voting, you pay them, right? I mean, like that's neither here nor there. You want to keep that player on the court.
I think he wanted guaranteed money. I think he had like the chance to get like a guaranteed contract, and they wouldn't give him a guarantee. So he
remember he had the hip injury too.
Yeah, he had some hip issues that they didn't want to give him the money because
So then they shipped him off to Cleveland, and they didn't even know if Cleveland was going to take him because he was his hip. So he played in Cleveland, went to Cleveland, and then he started a big ruckus there, calling people out and all this stuff going on or whatever. He got cut, and then now he's trying to get back in. I hope he does get back in, but before he goes back in the league, I'd like to see DeMarcus Cousins make a return.
He's going to Taiwan.
With Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I would just like to say, man,
Did you see that today on Twitter?
What is going on with Dwight Howard? Like, all of a sudden, he now is shooting threes in Taiwan.
Yep. Where did all this skill come from?
Do you know what happened with that?
Green light.
So I know you guys probably don't play a lot of 2K, but when that happened, like the next day, they had like one of the best cards ever of Dwight Howard playing for Orlando, and you can shoot threes with him no problem. Like, I've never seen it before. Like, it's crazy. And I think he should go back into the league. I don't like what Shaq's been saying about him. I think I think it's just getting stupid. I think the league that, like, whatever league Dwight Howard's playing in, there's the simple fact that he's shooting threes and he's shooting them from a good percentage. I think he should get another shot back and play in the league.
It's a professional league. Like, they got professionals over there. Like, they're not 5'6'2" like Shaq tried to describe it. Like, the guy that was guarding him most of the time looks 6'8", 6'9". Like, it's not that bad. You can't find that at your local YMCA.
He shoots better. He shoots better threes than Shaq, and I think Shaq's a bit jealous of it. And I think that's why Shaq was off. Yeah, Shaq needs to chill with some of this stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Shaq just gets defensive about it because of the Superman thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares, man? It's Shaq. Like, Shaq shouldn't be just like Superman. Superman is white. I don't know if Shaq remembers, but Superman is white. All right. So he might be a black Superman, but real life Superman is white. So if he's really like worried about Superman.
I mean, he was the first person to call himself Superman in the league, and then Dwight Howard came and did the dunk contest, started calling himself Superman. But to be honest, in the comparison, Shaq is the better player, but it was just that Dwight Howard just could shoot. He could shoot better. He could definitely just shoot better. You know, like Shaq got all of the physical gifts and like some athletic gifts, but Dwight Howard got all the athletic gifts and he could shoot. He could shoot way better. So it's just like,
how many rings does Dwight Howard have? Does he have almost? He's got to have
one. He has one.
That's it.
One with the Lakers. One with the Lakers. Yep.
Well, I'll give you this. Dwight Howard has a. I'll give you this. Dwight Howard has a better work ethic than Shaq. If Shaq had even
cheeseburgers.
if we were talking, if Shaq had a work ethic, we'd be talking about the greatest of all time. I think if he actually was in there,
cheeseburgers.
He would be at least in the top. We would be talking about in the top five players. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
you talking about a dominant force, and all he did was eat cheeseburgers. Just imagine you go in the gym every day, put up 1,000 shots or more a day, and then you just come on the court, and this guy's like, "Yeah, I just had a cheeseburger for lunch and a steak dinner the other day, and I'm eating whatever I want." And he just jumps, he drops 50 on your head.
Yeah, but
he just what am I here for?
You can't move them though. Like as playing basketball, like when you try and guard a guy, like I played against guys that have been like 270, 280. Like when they face up and post up on you, it's like you might as well start trying to go run into a wall, man. Like the guy, all you can do is just pray to God the guy grabs the ball, does a move, and he misses. If you don't front him and can get in front of him and try and do something, try and front Shaq. Like that would be like he would just go like this. It'd be like trying to swat a fly. It would just be like boom. You're skipping into the bench. It's crazy, dude. He would just be like this. Be like really. He would just swat you, man. So
the little flies we all
are. Yeah. Well, think about a 300-pound guy going against like a guy that's like 240 back in those days. That's why they had to double, triple team him. I don't know.
Unstoppable.
Definitely unstoppable. Yeah. So
yeah.
That was great.
But did you see the thing we said about DeMarcus Cousins? I just saw it on Twitter today. Bob Myers, I think he's some big talking head and like
he's the GM for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the GM for the Warriors. And DeMarcus Cousins asked him like, why am I not in the league right now? Why the NBA teams don't want me? He was like, it's because they're afraid of how you act. And I'm like, people change. Like he wasn't such a bad. It's just that is that you know what it is? Exactly the only reason why teams are afraid of DeMarcus Cousins is because of the reputation that he built in Sacramento. But you would be pissed off too if your GM was like, "Hey, listen, we just need one person standing on the basket, and we're going to play 4-on-5, and you just cherry pick the entire game." If your GM don't know basketball and they refuse to put players around you and to see the talent that you possess, then I'd be pissed off too. Every game, god damn it.
Bob Myers
stuff like
it's quite the hypocrite because he's got Draymond Green there that just knocked the crap out of Jordan Poole. So what are you talking about?
Nice.
Like, what are you gonna do?
That's a great example.
That's what I would say. I would tweet back and be like, I would just put the video of Draymond Green knocking out Jordan Poole. That's all I would just retweet back. I'd be like, okay, so sign into a 10-day. Like it's so stupid. You're sitting there and you're criticizing me about like how I am in the locker room. Your guy, Draymond Green, almost guillotined Jordan Poole in practice, like with a punch.
Oh my goodness.
DeMarcus Cousins, I don't care what anyone says. I loved DeMarcus Cousins playing in Sacramento. I loved him when he was playing with AD in New Orleans. If those two stay together in New Orleans, I want you to think about, and this was when Zion was just going to come into the league too. Just think if AD stayed, Zion came in as a rookie, and DeMarcus was healthy. I want you to think about that squad with all the, oh my God. They would be contenders, definitely.
Too much.
Woo.
It's too much.
Give him a chance. Let DeMarcus Cousins play. He could definitely play in Detroit. He can definitely give the Lakers the help. Like he could go in there and start.
Yeah.
Patrick Beverley's going to need help body checking people, so at least he can do something like that. Yeah. That's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. The body check.
But I also believe, like, I think that it was also, I don't think it's too much of his attitude because I feel like he changed his ways. It's like, the refs are like, they're automatic. As soon as he gets on the court, they're like, we kind of know what to expect. So every little thing, they're like very, like, under the microscope about, and they're ready to give him a text.
Rasheed Wallace. It sounds like Rasheed Wallace
the same
all over.
Way.
Yeah.
The exact same thing. Yeah. Because even though he's a better player, and I don't know. I think that DeMarcus Cousins should be back in the league. I don't see why he's not. You know, I don't feel like his attitude thing. I feel like it's kind of just like, I feel like maybe it's more deep because he did have a lot of injuries over his career in basketball. A lot of injuries that kept him sidelined for a long time. That was what happened. That's why we never got to see the true potential of New Orleans with AD and DeMarcus Cousins because he got hurt. He got hurt. You know what I mean? On 2K, they look great, but you never seen him on the court together because he got hurt. He was hurt and he was out for the season. So I mean, like I feel like injury prone. And I think they just got him under the microscope so much as a officiator, of the game, of the referees. I think that any little thing, they're ready to throw him out of the game at any moment's notice.
I think that's extremely hypocritical what that guy said. So
that was a great example, Darren.
It really was.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but you said it, I was like, oh yeah, that's a great point.
Well, that's what I would say.
Draymond Green,
yeah,
he's a talker.
If I tweet that and someone, if he tweeted that back to me, I just put the video of him and I'd be like, I'll be in Golden State tomorrow. That's all I'd say. I'd be like, I'll see you tomorrow. Call my agent. Like, come on.
Oh my goodness.
So hopefully next podcast we do, we will either see DeMarcus Cousins or Dwight Howard playing in the league.
Hey, that's a nice hopeful.
So,
I think Dwight Howard signed, so I don't feel like he can come back anytime soon. But DeMarcus Cousins should be in the league.
I'm pretty sure that Dwight Howard has a clause in his contract saying that if an NBA team contacts him, because I saw him on the Shannon Sharp interview saying that he is not getting picked up because he's not shooting jump shots. So I'm hoping that one of these teams now will pick him up and let's give him a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would like to see it.
All right. Do you want me to transition?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So the last thing I have down here is the NBA season is coming around. A lot of people want to talk about players that are starting to play an NBA draft in the college basketball and the G League and overseas. So I have 5 quick guys that you guys should want to watch for the draft. We just talked about Victor Wembanyama earlier. He's playing in France. A lot of his games are NBA League Pass. I see it pop up on my notifications all the time. So you can see him.
Jason's already got his jersey already ready to go on for all 29 teams.
Henderson.
He doesn't even care what team drafts him. He's got all 29 teams ordered and ready.
Yep.
Sorry,
he's
Jason.
The number 1 pick.
All right.
He's a demigod. The number 2 guy on the must-sees, but playing the G League, it's Scoot Henderson. He reminds me a lot of John Wall. He's a really good passer. He's explosive. He's developed skill-wise from last year. Last year, he was shooting like 27% from the three-point line. So far, he's shooting 50%. Now, he's only shot 6 so it's a really small sample size, but he's growing a lot. He's really explosive. He's going to be must-see. And the rest of these guys are college basketball guys. You got G.G. Jackson playing for South Carolina. He is Pascal Siakam with more perimeter skill. Like, he's 6'9", lanky, athletic, has a good handle, gets to the rim, put pressure at the rim, good defender. So it's really good basketball. The next guy on the list is Dariq Whitehead. It's funny enough, in high school, somebody must have mistook his height because he was listed at 6'4", and gets to Duke, and he's listed at 6'7". So somebody messed it up in the high school rankings. But this guy's ridiculous at getting his shot up from the 3-point line. I mean, he's entertaining. He heats up quickly. His body reminds me a lot of Joe Johnson. He is very built. He is bulky. He is really skilled. He can really get his shot up from all 3 levels. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch at Duke. And the last guy is Brandon Miller from Alabama. This guy's a professional scorer. He's another guy that could shoot it from NBA range already. He had already dropped 28 points against Michigan State. Really impressive guy. Reminds me of Chris Middleton, 6'8". Like, he can really get buckets. And those are 5 guys that you guys should be watching and tune in to see how much they grow throughout the season.
I would just like to say that all these 5 players, one's from France and the rest are from American. What about Canadians?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, we have some Canadian players here that could go in the draft, right? I don't know any of the names at all because I don't see any of them pop up anywhere. But we have leagues here too, you know. Have you ever heard of the CBL? Yeah, that's a league. You know what the CBL league is? It's a league that plays 3 quarters of basketball and 1 all-star game quarter of basketball. That's what they do. And they call themselves the CBL. They're a FIBA league here. Yeah, we bring a lot of G Leaguers here to play, okay? We also have the NBL. We have the NBL Canada. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but that's a prominent league that will bring. Yeah, see, Chris, I see you shaking your head. You know, like this, that you know exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about right now. So we have great amount of talent. All right, it may not be no Victor Ballatino or whatever his name is, but we are good. We are great.
The best thing to come out of Canada is Drake.
I do not believe in pop stars, all right? So
hilarious.
I'm just saying that. Come on, man. We gotta. I know this CBL. They're talking like I
maple syrup.
Yeah, the maple syrup. we got Wayne Gretzky, Steve Nash, and maple syrup. I can tell you guys right
the
now.
whole Trinity.
I'll tell you how Canadians are treated in America. When I go to America, and they go, well, where were you born? I say Castlegar. You know what they say to me? They say, is that in Toronto? No, it's not in Toronto. It's not Toronto. That's all I hear all the time. Where are you born from?
That's only what we know.
I'm like,
Ottawa is maybe that's all I want.
Is it Ontario?
No, and then it hurts here when I hear like Toronto, because I'm not from Toronto. I'm from British Columbia. You guys need to look up my heritage, all right?
Oh my goodness. Hey, I just looked up Canadian rookies, and Benedict Matherin's from Canada.
Who?
Putting up 19.8 points per game. Benedict Mathurin.
See, he may be from Canada, but we don't even talk about him here because I don't even know who he is. And I watch Canadian news, and I watch Sportsnet, TSN, everything, and I haven't even heard this guy's name. God,
Benedict Mathurin.
You gotta show some respect to the Canadians here. To all my Canadian,
I'll try my best next
to all
time.
the Canadian followers out here that are listening to this, I got your back. All right.
I will say Wayne Gretzky was a phenomenal hockey player. That is great.
I don't know hockey.
You know why you know Wayne Gretzky?
The great one.
You know why you know Wayne Gretzky? Because he broke every single NHL record ever. Yes. American, Canadian, Russian, German, Sweden. He's broken every record. So who wouldn't know what?
The great one.
Yeah. I know. I'm good.
That's pretty
he played from New York.
That was way longer. I'm so surprised he was able to name that many leagues and the way they play basketball. That was impressive.
Because I hear this crap all the time. You guys have no idea. Before we go, I'm just going to say short. There's this league here they started. It's called the CBL. So what they do is they get kids here from the University of Canada or whatever they do here. I don't follow this crap much here. But they get these kids. They put them in a league. This league is supposed to be a European league. But the last time I checked, European leagues don't play 3/4 of basketball and then play 1/4 of the NBA All-Star game. That's what they do. You know how the NBA All-Star game does? They play 3/4 and then do that fourth quarter with that stupid crap. You got to go to like 170 or 180 and you win the game.
Yeah.
That's what they do here. It's not basketball. It's crazy. I don't know what they do, but the only time I watch it is when I have trouble sleeping. When I have insomnia and I have trouble sleeping is when I watch it. I hope we keep this on here because I'm gonna send it to them, and I hope they fix their product, because honestly I don't need NyQuil. I just need the CBL to go to sleep. That's it. I'm good.
I didn't even know that existed.
See, there you go. Leave this on. Can we leave this in the podcast? Because I'm gonna send it to them. And we're going to get a lot of Canadian content on here, because you're going to see people saying, oh my God, the CBL is the greatest ever. I don't even watch it. Listen, I'm not going to lie.
Can we start covering the CBL?
No, there's nothing to cover. If you want to cover the CBL, just go watch an All-Star game, because that's all it is. It's better. Literally, so they'll go 3/4 and then they'll stop and then they'll go, I don't know if you guys watch the All-Star game, but it's just like the All-Star game the full season. So they go 3/4 of basketball, 1/4 All-Star game. All right, guys, we'll play 3/4 of actual basketball, but the fourth quarter we're going to 170. That's it, and then everyone wins.
That's crazy.
What's the point of playing basketball if you can't play 4 quarters?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Listen. Let's do this. Since you brought up the CBL, let's all find one player that we can appreciate in the CBL and talk about him next week.
Listen, I'll tell you this.
One player.
I called them up. I called the CBL up and I called their teams. I said, listen, I'll show up to any team in Canada and I will rip apart your player for their contract. You know what I got? I got the CEO saying that I'll get charged with harassment if I show up to any of their workouts. I will rip apart. You know what? I will rip apart a Canadian basketball player the way I'm in shape right now at 42. I'm just going to stop because I'm going to get myself in trouble here. I'm just saying that I'm in ridiculous shape. You're going to get someone here in Canada killed.
No. One player. For real. One player from the CBL.
I can't.
One player from the CBL.
Oh.
Whatever the team.
Are we looking up?
One player from the CBL.
For the next podcast?
One. Yeah,
I gotta look
up
up
CBL.
CBL. Okay.
Maybe, you know what? I'm gonna
CBL.
call someone and see to get someone on here. Maybe they can explain the goddamn concept to me because I don't. I don't know what's going on with this thing here. They have NBA G leaguers that come here. They got NBA G leaguers that come here, and they get maybe like 1,500 people. I get more people watching my video clips than they do people in stands. I'll put it to you like that. I can go and play Fortnite clips, and I get more people watching than what they do. It's crazy, dude. I don't. This is what I have to go through here in Canada. You guys get NBA, I got CBL. Okay.
Yeah.
When I want to watch NBA,
Yeah.
it blacks out sometimes with some of the stuff I want to watch. They put CBL
Really?
instead. Yes. It's like
Oh God, not the CBL.
it's like interrogation. It's like worst interrogation tactics ever.
It's hilarious.
All right, I'm good.
One player, guys. One player.
I guess I'll do it.
One player. I just want to know.
Jason, you will show some respect to the Canadians, all right? You will find
I
that
wanna find out who their best player is.
Find that one player. I think the one
player that we like.
I think there's one player. Most of them take like supplements. I'm not a supplement dude, but most of these guys pump up something. I don't know if it's like horse steroids or whatever they do here.
Mhm.
They look like they do something here. They're chemically imbalanced here in Canada. Some of them, it's messed up, dude. You'll see them with like big upper bodies. And then looking like Chad Holmgren legs, just chicken legs, dude.
Hilarious.
All right, we're good. I'm good.
One player. I want to find out who the LeBron is over there in the CBL.
Oh
There is no LeBron. All right, there is no LeBron because we don't play a full.
There has to be one great player.
No, we don't play a full game here. We play 3 quarters and then you go All-Star game 4th quarter. Think about it. All right, guys, 3 quarters. So you're getting me going here. Thank God for the league pass.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so do we want to discuss anything else before Darren just had a mental breakdown on the basketball podcast?
No, I think this is a natural ending.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yep. So I guess we learned something new today. Today we learned that Canada has 2 basketball leagues that we had no idea about. Next week we're gonna find a player a piece, and we're gonna find out who the best player in this non-existent league is. Today we also talked about how Luka is possibly, arguably, one of the greatest players, or going to be the greatest player of all time, in the next Larry Bird, baby Bird. You know,
Are you trying to get me going here? Are you trying to get me going here before we leave this thing? First you mock my country. First you mock my country about not having not even 1 5 NBA draft pick. Now you're saying Lucas. That's it. This is how this is gonna end. All right, I was gonna do this a long time ago. Let's just end this podcast like this. All right, I can't do it anymore. You see this?
Hold on, I'm not done with the outro yet. We also talked about Bull, and the big generational gap, the fall off between him and Vic Wembanyama, who's going to come in and go be the number 1 draft pick next year. We talked about the Lakers. Hopefully, we can make it to the playoffs. I'm hoping so. I'll put on, we also talked about Gobstopper for some reason. I don't know why. Who cares about Gobstopper?
Nope, nobody.
Nobody cares about Gobstopper.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Rudy Gobert. What else did we talk about today? Oh, we also talked about, Draymond Green sending Jordan Poole to the Shadow Realm. You know what I mean? There's a reason why they're losing games now, because they have 0 chemistry. What else?
Oh, we were also talking about how the Boston Celtics are the best team in the NBA right now. Like, come on, even Jason.
I don't think we said that.
And how the greatest Boston Celtic of all time looks so much like the current Dallas Maverick, Luka Doncic.
Woo!
All right.
Luka
Bye.
Yeah. We better cut this right now.
I mean, at this point in time, I think Luka Doncic is better than Larry Bird.
Oh my God! I don't know. Chris is gonna have to do a lot of editing here because you're gonna start seeing some F-bombs. This is
Larry Bird. Who?
He said Larry Bird.
You got me turned into a bobblehead right now. I'm going like this.
I mean, the shooting contest, 3-point contest, I take Luka.
You know what? I'm not. I don't want to say this to you, Jason, but I wish you took one of those bullets when we were on the podcast. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, I'm just gonna say it now. I don't wish any ill will against anybody, but right now you're on the borderline, buddy. I wish those 8 fireworks that went off supposedly just grazed you. Just grazed you.
Uh-huh.
No. I just
honestly, like, what's the difference? What's the difference between Larry Bird and Luke Walton?
Luke Walton. The difference.
No. All right, we're done.
Hold on. The difference is because one of them has won 3 MVPs in a row, and the other one couldn't even make it in the league as a coach or a player. All right.
I mean, he's got rings. He played with Shaq and Kobe. Luke Walton's got rings.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know how. You know what? This might be my last Basketball Addicts podcast because you mock my country. I can deal with that. Now you're mocking Larry Bird. You know what? I don't even. I think we should just leave this on a good note. I'm trying here because I'm trying to. You know what? I have a really bad temper. You guys see these? These are meditation beads. If I did not have these on right now, this would be a full-blown fuckfest right now. All right? You would be hearing F-bombs everywhere.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
All right? I'm trying here.
So, wait.
Oh, Chris, you want to put gasoline on the fire, too?
I'm calling him Baby Bird.
Baby Bird? Before you call him Baby Bird, he's got to win an MVP before. You can't even call him Baby Bird until he wins an MVP award.
This year.
Oh my God.
He's gonna win one this year.
That water you guys are drinking over there.
You think Tatum's gonna win MVP?
That water you guys is drinking over there.
Is Tatum gonna win the MVP over Luka?
Tatum?
Let me know.
I think Luka.
Is Tatum gonna win the MVP over Luka?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Right now, the way he's playing.
No.
Larry Bird's MVPs were fluff MVPs.
Oh,
what the hell? Hey, what the hell is fluff? You know what fluff is?
Those are Magic Johnson's MVPs.
All 3 of them?
Oh, he's doing it on purpose. It's on purpose. He's doing it on purpose.
What are you doing? You're oh boy. We are no longer.
I mean, I'd rather have Kevin McHale than Larry Bird. I mean, who's better in the post?
Oh, no.
It's a better player.
Obviously, McHale's better in the post. He's lankier. He's like a thing of plastic, buddy. That's what the guy is. He's crazy. Oh, man. I can't believe you'd say this. Like, this is not a very nice way to end the segment. You're going to have Canadians and Boston people just pissed. All right? Just fuming listening to this. You know what I'm going to put on Twitter when we're done this? When this is done, I'm going to put like hashtag Boston, hashtag Boston Celtics, hashtag Boston. I'm just going to keep on putting every day. I'm going to send this to the CBL. You know what, buddy? You think I'm bad. You wait till you see the CBL come down on you. They're going to be pissed that you're mocking them because they can't play a full game of basketball. All right? And I got to sit and watch them because I have trouble sleeping. All right?
Listen, CBL, NBL, NBA, European League. We got Giannis, we got Luka.
Listen, Canadian basketball.
Anthony Davis been playing better.
Canadian basketball players, we are so good here. We haven't won a gold medal in the Olympics since 1946. That's how good we are, okay? We try every year, every 4 years, and we fail. We bring NBA players in, WNBA players. We try to mix them, transgender. We try to do everything. And we still can't get an Olympic medal. All right? So I don't know what more we have to do here, but it just, you guys have no idea what I have to go through here. If I didn't have the league pass, I have Sportsnet and TSN, and they play the Raptors games, and that's
you get to watch the LeBronto.
No, the Lakers games, they rarely.
You get to watch LeBronto play.
You know what? They say the Lakers are so bad they don't even show them in Canada, dude. Like they said,
LeBronto. I think you should get to watch the LeBronto Raptors.
No, I don't think he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna be playing here.
At least you can watch the LeBronto Raptors. I mean, LeBron owns them. So, I mean,
he does own them.
Just change the name.
I agree with you. When he played with Cleveland, he owned them. He definitely owned them.
True.
He didn't even do like that. Like I said before, that backboard shot where you just did the backboard off the buzzer beater and just went to the locker room and went back home to Cleveland. That was But I would like to leave this on a positive note and say, hey, listen,
Canada, Drake,
Yeah.
maple syrup, CBL, NBL,
you know what?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
You know what? Can I do the outro this time, please? Since you guys have
Go for it, please.
Since you guys have mocked my country and you guys are disrespecting probably the most two prominent leagues here that everyone should be watching, which is the CBL and the NBL. It's not NBL, it's NBL Canada. Okay, so